welcome back to The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Hello Eden. Valenar specifically waited until I started the run to spam those emotes, knowing that I turned chat on. I made chat visible. G360LXR4, Spider Love in the teleport, 3 HP, well 3 spirit hearts. Less than starting damage, higher than starting tier rate, lower than starting speed. Hello Eden, you suck. Jesus. I mean, what, Isaac starts with a 10 or an 11 tier rate? You wouldn't have thought 5 would be such a huge difference, but it is. It really is. Still, this first item room could be really... That's a good one. Yeah. Oh crap, no it's not. It's the worst one. Shit. Well, I guess we'll try and make it work. But I wouldn't hold your breath for this one being one that we stick with for longer than a floor or two to see if we get a deal with it. Did I outrun my tier there? I'm so used to like Fetus in a Jar where you want to have the crosshair as far away from you as possible. For this tier fight you kind of want it as close as possible. It's so bad. But a good deal with the devil item on the next floor if we live that long? Oh no. Oh no. I'm debating whether it's worth the hassle currently. Because I miss being able to steer my tiers. I don't even know where the crosshair is, so there it is. Yeah, I'm considering holding R. Let's see if we get like a I am error room. Oh wait, no, that's the pause button, which is actually pretty good. Teleporter's blue, right? And that's a mistake I made, and then obviously the golden teleporter's golden. But if we got like Magic Mush from the first boss, it wouldn't be so bad. The later floors would still suck. Thank you, Tom Bray, for the bits. You darn nerd, you've been visited by the lucky coin of the hangry Tom Bray. Share your entertainment with 10 friends or have your toes eaten. Told you he was into feet. Little weirdo. Thank you for the bits. I don't know what Z Warudo means. Small rock? No, but enough to keep us alive. The Terminator bit's active yesterday? What? What are Terminator bits? I did just kink shame you alive, yes. Ah, crap. Exceptionally cursed boss. Literally can't outrun the ghost while also aiming. Could have been worse, could have been Ragman. 10% bonus bits? What does that have to do with the Terminator? Did Skynet come back from the future and threaten Twitch? Jesus, this is going to take too long. Let's just hold on until we get something not shit. Breath of Life counts as shit. That also counts as shit. It's basically Isaac's starting stats plus 1 HP. That'll do. Don't think we want to waste Mama Mega on this floor though. The seed for this actual run we're playing NK8ZV2RJ. They're hyping a new Terminator? I didn't even know there was one, so mission accomplished. Is it another reboot, or is it a sequel to the reboot which was like badly written fanfiction? I believe vice versa. They're trying T3 again? Oh wait, yeah, I did know that old Sarah Connor was in something. Was that a text message? It was a text message. Oh, it's my sister sending me a long text recapping the last 3 bits of home baking I've given her. The chocolate chip cookies that had Coca-Cola in them were nice. The brownies were good. The shortbread would have been better if it was harder, which I agree with. I think they were a little undercooked. So there you have it. My sister got back to me about the last 3 things I've given her. It's American streamers only? Wow. I actually got a very large compliment from my mother for those chocolate brownies I made. She texted me after I gave her to them and said, I'm not usually one for chocolate, but despite these having been baked like, it was 3 or 4 days before she got to them, they were incredibly moist and she gave them top marks. So apparently I make a good chocolate brownie. I don't have a normal bomb. Thank you, Jack, for the bits. What are you staring at me for? You like Genesis? There's nothing wrong with liking fanfiction, as long as you take it for what it is. I would have had issue if you said you liked Terminator 3. Because that was just awful. Oops. Because at least fanfiction is fun. Dumb, but fun. I completely lost track of what I was going to talk about, which was like giving more thought to repentance. I don't mean like the concept of repenting. I mean the final expansion for this coming out in December. Bumble comes out in November 12th. It's being self-published by Ed. And I really, really hope it's very, very good, because if it is, then I wouldn't feel as bad about probably skipping Repentance. T3 was the one with the Liquid Lady Terminator that also had a exoskeleton, thus defeating the purpose of being liquid. And then they shat all over Terminator 2 by making the world end anyway. For some reason. So, taking the concept of no fate but what you make and just taking a big old dump on it. Ruining Terminator 2's definitive message. But anyway, to go back to what I was saying. It'll fly, that's fine. The way they spell Genesis in the title is not how you actually spell Genesis, for the record. The dude, oh no. The dude who works for Nicholas that was kind of at the center of that controversy about working conditions at Nicholas and doing some bad stuff, being a big old racist, etc. I checked in, he's still running the company. He didn't tweet for a little while after his non-apology, and then just took to tweeting a bunch about repentance. And I thought, I wonder if he's like getting raked over the coals in the comments, because he's going full like ignore strats, which is wise. But I was like, I wonder if, oh hello Echo, if there's any more people just reminding him that he hasn't actually fully apologized or acknowledged all the bad stuff that was accused of him. And when I pressed on the tweet, it said this user is using a new feature of Twitter where they can hide replies they don't like. And I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. But press here to see the replies that they've hidden. So I did. And sure enough, any mention of the aforementioned stuff had been removed. He kept only the ones, not even like, they weren't praising him, they were just talking about how much they're looking forward to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. So he's just brushing it under the rug and hoping in enough time everyone will forget and they buy the game that he didn't make, modders made, but he's going to make a quick buck off of. So I don't want to buy Repentance because I'm not giving any money to that piece of shit. I'm also not 100% okay with still playing this as a result, as I've discussed previously. And that said, it's also just considerably worse with Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus in it. So I really, really hope that The Legend of Bumble is fantastic. I don't think it will be. I think it could still be good, but I don't think it's like going to be this good, or like Isaac in its heyday good. Oh, well. Because fundamentally it's a match 3 or match 4 game, and I don't think you could do that in such a way where it has the longevity this has. I am happy to be proven wrong, though. I really hope I am proved wrong, because I want something not associated with a terrible, terrible company like Nicholas that I can play without feeling ethically challenged about it. Oh right, we don't have a key. Gungeon is also bad as a result of all the updates, is the problem. I want something new. Like, I know the big new hotness in terms of roguelikes everyone's playing is Noita. Instead of buying that, I bought loot boxes in Apex Legends. But from what I understand, Noita is also exceptionally difficult. So I'm not sure that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, because a roguelike that I get settled into like a good home is something I play while I blather. What is that abyss that opened up beneath you? Ooh. We'll take ourselves a sacrificial dagger, it's a good item, and we'll go. There's a Terminator comic that has a Terminator doggo. What is its name? Children of Morta has a definitive end. It's not a proper roguelike, it's a roguelite. Like Streets of Rogue, not like Streets of Rogue, sorry, like Rogue Legacy. Yes, you technically could do unlimited runs, but there's an end point, and then once you're there, you've done enough. It's not made for infinite replays. This Gungeon, yeah, they're meant to last. I forgot, even if it's something I don't want to use, I should use it because I want to try and get to that which we just did, the D-Infinity, or rather the D100 from the D-Infinity. But, do I want to re-roll this run though? Is the thing. We'd lose Placenta, we'd lose Goat's Head, we'd lose Synth Oil, so our damage would go down. I don't know. Problem is now I can't drop it. It will stay as a D-Infinity until I use it as such. Dogginator. That sounds like a porno. Streets of Rogue is a bit too long. Like a winning run of that is almost 2 hours, well not almost 2 hours, like an hour 30, an hour 40, that's a little on the long side. Also the later floors in that just frustrate me because the AI cheats. It does not follow logic or the rules set out by the game, and that can be frustrating. Good long-term roguelikes are very hard to come by, which is why Isaac is so endearing. And for a while Gungeon was as well. It's definitely the closest something has come to dethroning this as my favourite roguelike. In fact, I've probably gone between the two as they both got steadily worse with each update they received. Slay the Spire is not a stream game because people can't help themselves backseating. Any card game like that, Hearthstone, or like card game facsimile like Dicey Dungeons, those are nodes for streams. I have nothing wrong, well I do have a little bit of an opinion on what is wrong with Slay the Spire, but it is a good game, it's just not a stream game. They never did fix second floor bosses being utterly unbalanced, and the pacing on the third floor is absolutely terrible. But the fundamentals are fantastic. And the player made mod characters for it are also fantastic. Did I just get another text message? No, that's just me getting harassed. Okay. By my activity, because I haven't stood up enough today. My activity app. How much work is involved in setting up that Steam thing where you play not single player, couch co-op things over Steam? But you haven't even looked into it yet? Are you sure it's even out? Because I think playing Gungeon co-op could add a little bit, or breathe a little bit more life into it, for sure. This has a co-op mode as well, although as I say, I'm trying to find something to replace Isaac, not because there's, well, The problems with Isaac in Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus are bad. They ruin characters and have diminished the game's playability. But I'd still be willing to play it just because even if it's a shitty run, I can still just... I'm basically passively playing it because I'm just talking. And I kind of like that. Not always in the mood to do that. That's why we only do it like usually once a week now. Please, just stick your... That's our first bad item. Should I reroll? We're gonna lose damage. I should probably try and get the deal with the devil first, see what we get, then reroll if it's bad. To get this feature, you'll need to participate in the Steam client beta after you've signed up. No, already gone. My interest has vanished. I'll wait till it's not in beta. However, you did get me interested in Outer Worlds because it's actually not an Epic Store exclusive. As it turns out, it's just a screw Steam specifically exclusive, and I can just buy it on the Windows Store. So I will be doing that probably, and we will be playing it on Friday. I was waiting for the reviews to come out. The reviews are largely positive. It's not scoring worse than like 75, which is good in my book. So if you're anyone that's avoiding spoilers for Outer Worlds, which is Fallout New Vegas 2 basically, I'll be playing it on Friday if you want to avoid the stream. I will not be playing as Satan, even if the game allows me to do such. I will be doing my usual of playing justly, but if anybody gets on my bad side, utterly destroying them. Which is basically how I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which is how I spent most of my day off, which is why I'm not mentioning much else. And that game is fantastic. I never thought I would enjoy just riding a horse around doing stuff. You enjoy playing as the lovable rogue? I enjoy playing as the sociopath one bad day away from killing everybody. Not that that's anything to do with my opinion on real life. That'd be nutty. Have I hog-tied a criminal and left them on the train track yet? No, but I did stumble across the KKK meeting. And it's hard not to because they put it really close to one of your camps. So I was riding back one evening and I saw like a bunch of people with torches on the side of the road and I was like, that's a bit weird, what's going on there? Got a bit closer, saw the cross, looked in with my I think I used binoculars, but I did have a scope, and saw that they were all dressed like ghosts. And I was like, oh, it's a bunch of racists. I wonder what the game wants me to do. So I obliged, as a gentlemanly folk would, and threw 2 bits of dynamite at them and watched them explode. Which was fun. No, there was no happiness to be found there. I've worked in retail, so it's okay to have those thoughts. You know what really impressed me with Red Dead Redemption 2? Is how different it is to a Grand Theft Auto game. Like, there's basically no bad language in the game until you rescue the Irish guy and he swears like a sailor, which is obvious because he's Irish. So I was very surprised that they were so, like, in the more modern GTA games, they're dropping the N-word every other sentence because they can get away with it, and it comes across as immature almost, and it became so tiring. So it's nice to see them handle something with a bit more decorum. I don't think I want to re-roll this run. Nuts to it. We'll do it anyway, who cares? It's a good run, we would win, but whatever. Okay, well we actually did get more damage. We got Mom's knife, and Cricket's head. My reflection, sure. Go to the hotel and pay for a bath. I've done that multiple times because I just... Sometimes after some of the missions, I was just like, Arthur needs a break. So I just went and got a nice hot bath. And yes, I'm aware a lady offers you to, like, give you a sponge bath. Game about breaking the law and killing cops is immature. You're playing as a bunch of gentlemanly criminals in Red Dead. You're not like you're not a bunch of rapists and whatnot. You have standards. Or rather, I'm playing it that you have standards anyway. Oh, you were talking about GTA. Well, that's why I ignored Red Dead 1, because I was just like, okay, well, instead of cars, it's horses, but other than that, it's basically a GTA game, and... And don't get me wrong, I really like some of the GTA games. I really like GTA 4. San Andreas, I remember being okay with, kinda. GTA 5, I don't particularly like at all. If you leave the spooky ghosts alone, they accidentally manage to light themselves on fire, trying to like it. Oh, do they? That would have been funny to see, but I had dynamite in my pocket, and I was like, well, it's not going to throw itself. I don't want any spoilers for things to come, but I just did the, like, pivotal mission where you and the gang, like, in the mist right up on that plantation, and everybody's really pissed off for a story-related reason. That was a very good mission. I'm about 40% through the game according to the progress thing. I've been playing for like 30 hours. It's ridiculous. That is not Rage, it's the other one. Anemic? Yeah. She'll offer to lend the game to my sister after I'm done with it because she'll just appreciate being able to ride and collect horses. If she hasn't already played it, she might have. So I've had the item room. Why did I forgot that I didn't have the D Infinity currently. I've got the D6. Whatever, we'll just... There we go, we've got D Infinity back. Although again, this is obviously a winning run because we have great damage in Mom's Knife. But with the D Infinity, we can just try and get something weird. I don't agree that Trevor was a fun character. I think Francis was the only good character in GTA 5. Everyone else was just terrible. I disliked everyone except him. That was when I was like, oh, I think maybe I'm not into the GTA games anymore, because if this is what people want, because like people love GTA 5. I was like, I must have just missed it. It's just something I've outgrown or just don't like anymore. But they've done well with Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm invested in the story. I like a few of the characters. I wanted to look up that I was right about John Marston being the guy from the first one. So I looked up the synopsis to Red Dead Redemption 1, and I didn't realise that Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually set before it. So I kind of accidentally spoiled like where it's all going, because I didn't realise the first one is set later. But I guess they did that so they could still have more of the Wild West. You did the same damn thing. Yeah, well now I know like at least 2 characters, well, 4 characters that have plot armor because they're in the first one. So that's a little disappointing, but eh. No deal with the devil. Yes, mother. This is a significantly worse run, but that's to be expected. We'll try again in a couple of rooms. I mean, I don't remember 4 that well other than just liking Nico Bellic a lot. But you've got to like who you're playing as, or like the characters that you have to spend most of your time with. So like playing as Michael and Trevor, I hated them. I hated both of them for very different reasons. And maybe you're not supposed to like side with the people who are okay with killing and murdering and all that, but you've got to spend literally hours with them. I love all the incidental like gang dialogue you hear just wandering around in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's the amount of world building they put in is staggering. Like, you don't need to pay attention to it if you don't want to, because it's not prevalent in any of the missions. Oh, right, that's what that did. I made worse enemies. Because dice. Thank you. We got back to the D-Infinity. I'd rather you not, because if I haven't heard it, then I would be less amused if I also hear it. Yeah, the story in GTA is basically boiled down to crime does not pay, question mark, exclamation mark. It's more believable in Red Dead Redemption 2 though, because it's like the end of an era. The Wild West getting civilized. So it's not that crime is going to stop, it's just that their particular type of crime is going to stop and they don't know what to do. I do want to know actually, you can be vague if it's going to be spoilers, but I've now found 2 bodies clearly killed by the same person who does weird things to the bodies, but like Arthur never comments on it. Do I eventually get a quest to do anything about that, or is that just like something for people to chase, to find? Because I'd like to think there's more to it, but who knows. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in my free time, yes. I spent all my day off after I got back from shopping playing it. I think I remember mentioning, like, I saw a tweet that was like, are you experiencing any of the following things? Because if so, you probably need a holiday. It was not an advertisement, incidentally. It was a tweet looking at people suffering from stress. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll go a holiday to the Wild West. I will lose myself in a game that takes way too long to complete. It doesn't help that I watched that South Park season that keeps on singing the praises for Red Dead Redemption 2 because they would have rather have been playing that than making the season. And they were talking about all the stuff they got up to, which actually was a good advertising point because that took away the misconceptions I had about what type of game 2 was, which is similar to what the first one was. Yes, attached to trees with like messages like behold my work, etc. There's a thing there you've got to find. I mean, I found the message, found the corpse. He never says anything. You found one of them? I found, well, one of them is exceptionally hard to miss. The one outside Valentine is exceptionally difficult to miss. But I found one near the second camp as well. Then by, is it called Rhodes? The other town where you spend a lot of time at? Wait, I've charged plug. Reroll me, baby. This is not bear. The slow's appreciated though. There's multiple to find that unlocks the mission. Okay, so I just need to find the other ones. I'm sure I will as I roam around. We got chaos. Yes, we did. That's why this is in here. So no, thank you. think I mentioned it on Sunday, but I regret not putting it as an option for the Sunday thing. I wouldn't have, like, restarted the story or anything like that. I was just going to piss around, do side missions, just have a nice relaxing evening. Still might do that at some point this week, honestly. But the story is actually picking up enough pace now that I'm not mainlining main missions, it's just I want to see what happens, so I'm doing less just pissing around. We are good to go. Hello, Donlob. Hello, Rural. Sorry, I was caught up with what I was saying. I did mention Outer World, yes. Why? I was wondering why Pin had lost some HP there, but I forgot I picked up the tick on purpose. So we only have 3.76 damage, so after this room I'm hoping that we get something better. They're taking a while to die, as expected. Reroll me, baby. Our damage did not go up. Well. How do you feel, chat, about just, like, if I do Red Dead Redemption 2 stream at some point, 40% through the story already, not guaranteed to do the rest of it on camera because I'm playing it in my off time. I could specifically not do any missions and go, like, hunting and crap. Although, as I discovered on Sunday, the fact that you've got to use specific guns against specific animals to make sure their pelts aren't ruined, which is absolutely stupid. That made me do a lot less hunting. That's every Red Dead 2 Redemption stream you've seen? Oh, pissing around? Now, I don't mean deliberately, like... I mean walking around and just finding stuff to explore. I wouldn't mind looking around for those other serial killer bodies now that I know there's a mission tied to them if I find enough. I'm curious what's up with that. Or I might stumble on another bit where, like, you see an alien ship or something. Like, I talked about that on Sunday as well. I just walked into a room full of, like, a bunch of people who committed suicide, and then all of a sudden a green light bathed the cabin and disappeared when I went outside to see what it was. I got more damage from rerolling stats there. Hey, we got Guppy. That's a long time since that's happened. Ooh. Wait, why don't we have like a double... Oh, hello you. It's not your fault people keep being rude to you and you gotta kill them. That's the way I usually play games. Oh, I did have an Indiana Jones moment as well where I had a knife fight with someone and then his friend walked in with a knife as well and I just thought, screw this, pulled out my gun and shot him. I enjoyed that also. That's why you punched that woman suffragist. I helped them. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out on PC next month, but I picked up a second-hand copy for PS4 on eBay, very cheap. So I, like, even if it turns to shit in the latter half of the game, I've already more than had my money's worth of entertainment from it. It gets my hearty recommendation, it's very good. You socked her in the jaw. Now you're thinking like a cowboy. That's a smart way of buying games. Why would you ever buy full price? Because you want to support the developers or publishers. But in this case, I specifically don't want to support the publishers. So that's why I bought it second hand. I've got nothing against people at Rockstar, specifically the Scottish brand. Or branch, rather. But their greed and treatment of the online aspects of GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, nah. Gotta make them pay for it somewhere. I don't think we'll be re-rolling this run now. I think we've done enough goofy re-rolls. Well, actually, if I hold on to the... Well, if we make it into the D Infinity, or a D4, that would be fine. Or would be fine, rather. We can still do a re-roll, but later on. Once we know we've won. Yeah, I was going to say Nightbot looked weird there. It doesn't have any icons at all, which it should be modded. Maybe it's part of Twitch's new identification to know, like, who's buying bots and stuff. Oh, the icons disappeared. I only saw Nightbot without an icon. For the proto nerds amongst you, I did record a 40k battle report today. It will be up in like 4 days. And the next thing on the docket, since my night models order doesn't seem to be on the immediate horizon, is probably going to be a Halloween Batman special we've got planned. And down here then. Planning to start a night army and you blame me? Why do you blame me? I haven't advocated for an Imperial Knight army. I haven't even built the one I've got. It's on the to-do list after the ending stuff is done. Deep Rock Galactic is doing a Halloween event next week. Okay, Phelan in disguise. I can see the wires attached to you. I know you're a marionette. Look at him mispronouncing words. 4K content in general, that is fair. Although their current box doesn't interest me, and apparently the next box is Black Templar and Chaos, which also doesn't particularly interest me, so I think I'm safe on the 40k front for a little while. Most recent thing I bought was the Invictus Warsuit, which is also on the to-do list, because you know how 40k to-do lists be. I forgot that we were Guppy, because we're Guppy, it doesn't really matter if we get a bad run as long as we don't have a really, really bad tier rank. Also, praise Satan. I did see that new Age of Sigmar box. I wish that it was for a game other than Age of Sigmar, because I like that new skeleton army. It's probably the closest you're going to get to Tomb Kings ever again. Hail Satan. Stick your fucking tail, finally. Divorce papers, yeah. About a month before he died, my uncle had his back covered in lard. After that, he went downhill fast. You also really like the Justice League game, the DC miniature game. Oh, that's something that's also interesting. I'm going to give the course box a try for Marvel Crisis Core, whatever that miniature game is called. And the reason I'm doing it is because it's out in November, and I went to look on Wayland Games and they had it for like 80 odd quid. A 10% discount on retail price. I was like, well, that's not that great. But then I looked on a competitor to theirs website and they've got it for a 25% pre-order discount. So I was like, okay, well, you get it then. Because it's like, it's the equivalent of 20 something pounds, which is pretty significant. So it'll be given a go. It'll be given its fair day in court. I am interested in finding new skirmish games just because they're a lot less time consuming to record than 40k is. Although honestly the game today was actually very quick just because the randomized objective happened to be not a particularly long one to achieve. And it's a if achieved game ends type scenario. Inferno Rodan redeemed a pun as well, although with chat on screen you technically could do as many puns as you want, but you just don't hear me say them. And they'd still be visible. You could share the pain that you clearly have in your heart for wanting to do puns. Why can't I fix you, etc. I'm still waiting for the pun. My brimstone's better than yours. When a joke... Wait, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. You're forcing the box set into court. Sorry, what? I missed something, apparently? Oh, wait, I said day in court, and you misheard. I get it now. Hello, Krampus. Goodbye, Krampus. Thanks for the call. Now see you in hell. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said anything because no one had really made that connection yet. But the nice part is I can just ignore it and play the game, so... Not that I have anything else to talk about. I wasn't exaggerating when I said my day off was like doing the food shop for the week. Came home, loaded up Red Dead Redemption 2, played it all day. That's literally all I did. Well, all day. Back from shopping like midday, so... It was also bloody freezing. When I took Sarah out her morning walk, it was -1. I think by the afternoon it was maybe 4 degrees C. The winter weather is here and it sucks. I'm sitting here right now in a hoodie with a thin like woolen sheet over my legs. I should look at my thicker hoodies because I've only got my summer ones out, which are kind of like thin ones. I am also wearing slippers, yes. Well, they're not slippers, they're woolen boots, but they're indoor woolen boots. They're better than slippers. I must admit I was overly happy when I found a flat cap in Red Dead Redemption 2 just to make Arthur a grumpy old man. But then I got into a firefight and lost it at some point, and apparently it doesn't like unlock for you. Oh no, another pun. And I have to read this one. It's legitimized. Although, actually, on the VOD, does it say when people spend legitimate business points? It doesn't, does it? So that's maybe a little bit of context missing there. People always ask me, where do I see yourself in 1 year? I tell them I don't know. I don't have 20/20 vision. At least that's a contemporary... I was going to call it a joke, but that's too complimentary. Collection of words meant to incite humour. Shouldn't you people be painting miniatures or something? What's next on my miniature list, actually, now that I think about it? Probably getting those Wraithguard that aren't painted sorted. If my Night Models order arrives, I'll have a bunch of non-40k stuff to paint for the rest of the year. But it needs to actually be shipped first. Isaac should be destroyed here. And indeed he is. Once we beat Blue Baby, I will either reroll the run just to see what we get, or if Delirium opens, might do that instead, just because it's been a long time. No to all of them. Whoops. That's convenient. Why did I hold on to the AWAS all this way? If we reach a natural stopping point in Deadly Premonition and enough people want it, could give a test run to doing a little bit of Red Dead on stream. Why do I have wonky... Oh, the magnet? No, I wouldn't do that. Why take the quarter? Because it will give us another item to reroll if I use the D4/D Infinity. We'll come back for those if I'm going to reroll as well. Wait, this way. No, this would be another dead end. We're only allowed to purge once a year. Although if you haven't done it this year already, you are running out of time, I suppose. The horse was still alive. Can't handle any more Deadly Premonition. Well, what we're about to switch to does not bode well for you. No. Actually, if I leave the boss fight, I might not be able to come back, right? So we'll take these bad items in preparation. We'll still kill Blue Baby. Perfectly fine. Did you not hear the cursed music I was playing earlier? Not even Life is Beautiful. Wait, where was... Oh. Up here. Come here, Kent. And Cursed Eye. Bible baby, Bible baby. Oh, you actually lived. Triple shot, Tech X. Meh. Oh, that's more interesting at least. 22 damage. A little more interesting. Not super interesting. Alright, well, let's bank this run then. Didn't get Dad's Key, didn't get Delirium. That was fun. For those on YouTube, see you next time.